What's up, everybody? It's Randy back at you again with another review. Tonight, having the pleasure of brewing. I wish I could brew a beer that's good. Having the pleasure of reviewing a beer that I think these guys they don't get enough credit because they kill it in the sour game. But when people think about sours, they oftentimes think about rare barrel. They think about well, you name it, any other sour brewery other than Cricket Stave. Um, Crooked Stave deserves a lot of hype. They brew some great beer, and tonight I'm going to be reviewing Crooked Stave Progenitor. It's hard to find information about this beer. This particular one was bottled in September of 2015. Says here it's a dry hopped golden sour ale, ancestral form from which others are derived. So I'm guessing that maybe that has something to do with the yeast that was used in the beer. Maybe it's like a blend of many strains, perhaps. I'm totally shooting in the dark. I don't know. And so I'm gonna say right now, I don't know what to expect, being that this beer was bottled in September of last year, and it's a dry hopped golden sour ale. I certainly expect it to still be sour, but I don't necessarily expect it to have a whole lot of hop complexity. So without further ado, let's see if if my expectations or if my hunches are accurate. So let's go ahead and open it up and tell you what it smell like, what it tastes like, and what it rate like. I don't want. I almost stuck my nose in it. I wanted to smell it so bad. Look, see that? Getting a little bit of action coming up out of there. And let's go ahead and get it into a glass. So what happens when you get those wild fermented beers, man? The good goods start coming out. They want to join the party. So as you can see, I didn't pour that very aggressive at all. Solid, I guess, but a good finger of head on here. Um, Bubble bath soaps on the top, right on the very top, bubble bath soaps, and then it just looks like a thick cloud of little tiny bubbles right under that bubble bath. The beer is hazy. Um, there's some carbonation there, but they said it's a golden sour ale, and it's definitely a pretty golden beer right there. Looks good. Anxious to see what this beer has to offer. So let me do a little nose jam on this and tell you what it's like. Brett on Brett on Brett. They used Brett. So full disclosure, I'm not a huge fan of Brett, but I think Crooked Stave uses. There are several different strains of Brett, and Crooked Stave, the ones that I've had from them, it seems as if there's at least one strain of Brett that imparts more of sour notes than Barnyard Funk. I am not a fan at all of Barnyard Funk. It's like, to me, it's like eating a sandwich with a ton of raw onions on it. All I taste are raw onions. But and with Brett, all I get is straight up like Clint Eastwood been riding his horse all day, and somebody picked the saddle up, and you ain't just licked the saddle, but you licked the horse's back. That's what I hate, and that's what I get a lot from Brett: sweaty horseback and hay and Clint Eastwood's ass. And I don't necessarily like the way that tastes, but the one that Crooked Stave uses imparts a lot of sour notes. So, but nonetheless, the nose is unmistakable. You know it's Britannomyces when you put your nose in this bad boy. Hops don't immediately jump out, but I do get like a floral fruitiness that's going along with the Brett. That's jumping out on me. And if I can if this is indeed what I'm smelling is indeed the results of dry hopping, and it's June 28th, and this beer was bottled on September of 2015, and I'm still picking up like floral, like some sweet floral notes in this. That's bananas. We might as well consider Britannomyces to be a preservative of hops, if a preservative of a preservative, if that makes sense. So let's go ahead and get a taste on it. Cheers. All right, very vibrant carbonation. Um, Gosh, that beer just flew down. It's already. I'm about to go. Yeah, this beer is all the way down already. It went down fast. There's not a whole lot of body with it. It's really thin, so it drinks really easy. Bread is in the game, but like I said, it's not the strain of bread like what you would get in Boulevard's Saison bread, or even I think Orval. I think it has Bruxellensis. Whatever bread is in Orval. It's barnyardy. This has a little bit of barnyard going on, but there's also like a nice semi lactose sour that's going on with this beer. Um, the the hops that they put in here, most sour beers, you're not going to get a huge hop presence. The dry hopping that they did here, as typical, is not going to give you much hop flavor, but you do get a ton, not a ton, but you do. I mean, if fresh, you probably get blasted with hop aroma on this beer. But now, I mean, I get hop aroma, but it's certainly not the dominant characteristic on the nose. You don't get it at all on the taste, but it's nice. It's nice. I'm partial to Cricket Stave. I mean, if I had to pick a brewery who, if I was going to pick a sour beer, I'm going to Cricket Stave first because they do some ridiculous stuff. I mean, they have a cool ship, but a few other guys in the country that have cool ships. I would love to see, and maybe there is one out there, but a collaboration with Cricket Stave and Allagash. That would probably be a bananas beer, but nonetheless, this one right here, this is a good beer. I like this. I would drink more of this. Like I said, I mean, since it has that wild fermentation, it doesn't take anything to work a head right back up on this bad boy. Just because it's so, it's so active in there still. Drinks so easy. The body is like almost none, like a little bit more than what's like the body of Gatorade, if that makes sense. It's not quite water, but there's a little bit of body there with it. Don't think the way Gatorade tastes. Just think the body you get from Gatorade. That's what I get here, along with Brett, along with Flora on the nose, but sour Brett, right? So, how do I rate this, man? This is a hard one. Hunnits. I'm just kidding. Um, this is a difficult beer to rate, man, because I mean, I don't know. It's just difficult. Um, I'm gonna give this beer for what it is, for it being a wild, dry hop sour blonde ale uh, with Brett Cricket. I mean, they use the bread very well in this beer. The bread is just there enough to play its role and not take over the beer. So I'm giving this beer 4 CBN caps. Um, just because I think it's so well constructed. A sour blonde ale isn't meant to be a beer with a lot of body. And then the fact, so that body's not, it doesn't have a lot of body, and that's fine. That's how it's supposed to be. And then combine that with the Brett. The Brett just plays its role. It's like a role player. It's like, Andre Iguodala coming off the bench. He ain't gonna try to do too much. He just gonna play his role. It's like Dennis Rodman. You know what I'm saying? Having a stat sheet, no points, 20 rebounds. That's cool. That's his role. That's what he does. The Brett in this beer doesn't try to take over the beer. It just tries to do its job. It does what it do, for lack of a better expression. So there you have it. Crooked Stave Progenitor at 4 CBN caps. So, ladies and gentlemen, please be sure to hit that like button at the bottom. If you have not yet done so, please subscribe to our page and comment. Let me know what you think. If you've had this beer, if you thought that I was way off base, let me know. If you thought I was spot on, let me know. We can be friends. If you don't agree with me, we're not gonna be friends. I'm just kidding. But yeah, nonetheless, be sure to hit the like button below, share, comment, subscribe. And until next time, ladies and gentlemen, peace.